Welcome back to the Reality Receipts podcast starring me, Storytime with Ricky.
I can't even do my regular intro because I'm so shook by this Chris MFer. I'm like, yeah, we can swear.
No, guys, just
What?
fair warning, you guys. Like, I know some of you guys listen with headphones, and
Oh,
when we get a
yeah.
little loud and we shout a little bit, it could get really
We're
loud
working on
in
it.
your ears. We're working on it. However, you've been warned. This episode may contain shouting and yelling out of pissed offness because what? In the entire actually, I have not been this upset over a TV show in a really long time. Like, I have not, like, my heart was racing. My blood
Literally.
was boiling. I literally was so upset. I was like, you have got to calm down. Like, you have got to calm down.
Like, are they paying these men to act like complete assholes on TV? Because
They
who in their
can't.
right mind?
They can't because his girlfriend, this aligns with everything that girlfriend said, right? Like, now we knew that. We knew that, like, okay, he's an asshole and, like, who cares about his debt? But then it's like, when you see him trying to be like Charles Schwab account and, you need a man who can this. Like, oh, it's so relevant. It's so relevant.
So relevant. That's the thing now. I think we need, like, obviously we were sat for what Marta had to say about Chris and we believed every single word. But, we were like, okay, parking tickets, bad with money, debt, doesn't clean. He's kind of a douchebag. We're like, well, how is that relevant? Like, what's going on now with him? But it is relevant because it just speaks to his character. And this is who he is. And imagine somehow he got a good edit, right? And we didn't see this stuff on screen. That's why it's important for the ladies out there to be warned, because this man is apparently single and prowling the streets out there. So I'm so glad Marta told us the truth about him and the show. I mean, even with that video of Marta's, I never expected for him to be this bad. I did not expect that.
The thing is Marta's second video when she said, when she showed how he was speaking to her, well, you better hope that you get with a doctor because that's that you better hope you marry someone rich because that's all you can see that's all you could hope for yourself. So that degrading talk, and she said, inflated sense of ego, thinks he's all that, claims he's financially stable, but he has all this debt. And then you see him trying to, like, you're trying to uptalk a fucking doctor. You're talking to
Literally.
a doctor about discipline? You fucking twat. Like, do you know the discipline it takes to be a doctor? You fucking hoe ass bitch. Like, also, Breezy is not off the hint, she's on my shit list too, okay?
No, yeah. I totally agree. We'll get to Breezy, the opposite of Breezy, but I just can't believe that Chris had the audacity. And yet every season the men prove that they find more audacity. They got it hiding in their pockets. Apparently it's in abundance in Ohio because a few of these men are on our shit list, but Chris obviously...
He's made it to the top 3 worst Love is Blind men of all time. He has made it
I would say number one almost, because there was what he said. Well, for their behavior on the show. Yes, okay. Tyler, obviously.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like no one's ever going to beat child abandonment. I don't know.
No. Yeah, the off-screen shit is definitely like Trevor, Tyler, we got our big 3 over there. But for the on-screen audacity, like, that's the thing. He wasn't even trying to hide it. That's what, like, you don't see the cameras. You really thought people were on your side? Anybody, like, was going to be on your side? It's insanity. So
he said it with such confidence. Like, he
doesn't give a flying fuck, in case you missed that. He is a flying fuck.
You literally are a flying fuck. He's like Shake. Everybody remembers Shake. What an asshole he was to Deep D. And this was like Shake on crack. Now, to me, I know we done skipped all past.
We'll just start with Chris and
we gonna go backwards because we have to start with the height because it's or lack thereof. Actually, the height of the episode or lack thereof. But it seemed to me like people because we've seen his switch up. She starts mentioning his switch up in the first couple episodes. Like he's switching up. His energy's changing. The mask is slipping a little bit, and then. To me, I know people think it's because he saw her house and he knew that, there was nothing to offer her. It was definitely rooted in, I talk so much about adding to someone's life. I talk so much about building someone up. I can't build her up. I have nothing to offer this woman, so I'm going to break her down. And I think that that happens with a lot of successful women in dating is they date these bums and they feel so inadequate within their success makes them feel so insecure. They're like, I'm going to break them down in any
Mhm.
way that I can. And that, like, some people, when they say you're sleeping with the enemy, you're sleeping with your biggest hater, you're sleeping with your biggest op, that was Chris. But to me,
Mm.
they were having a conversation. Like, they were having a conversation about where you've been for 2 days, why you didn't
Yeah.
come home. And it almost seemed like to get off of that, he was like, well, how do you feel about our physical intimacy? It's like,
Yeah.
wait, where the hell were you for 2 days? How about you answer that?
Mhm. Well, I think you're right. He switched up the second that they got home, and I think it's because he is just that broke that he did it all for the free vacation, and as soon as that vacation was over and they landed back in Ohio, his real true colors came out. She said immediately he changed. I don't know what he went to do in those 2 days, but probably hook up. I hope not Marta, because she did say she saw him after, and he obviously just went who knows what he did, but he was done with the experiment with Jessica. I don't think that I don't think he's lying about this whole physical whatever it was. I think he was thinking that, but he certainly wasn't gonna say that in Mexico. He was gonna enjoy that trip, and then he knew he had no intentions of continuing to be with her.
I think he was lying. I think he was lying. I
Yeah.
think he pulled something out of his ass because she told him in the pod she doesn't work out. She's been very vocal
Mm.
about she does not work out. She's not
Yeah.
active. Oh, and he's like, "Oh my god, I love that. Oh my god, it's so cool. Oh my god." And it just doesn't make sense. First of
Mhm.
all, you're like, then you're like, "Oh, no, but she's hot. She's hot."
Yeah.
Like, I've dated people that didn't work out, but they did ballet. She runs around a
Yeah.
hospital all day. This is the
Yeah.
equivalent of ballet, Pilates. What didn't make sense to me is that she's so petite.
Yeah.
And then you're talking about Brie is hot. And I'm sorry, Jessica is more petite than Brie. So what are we
Mhm.
talking about here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talk about Pilates. Like, that's where your mind is, you basic bitch. Like, I feel like he had to pull something out of his ass because
Yeah.
he just felt so he's like, oh, well, I don't need this apartment because my mommy pays for my apartment. So I can just, like, yeah, I just want my trip to Cabo. And like, in what land do you think you're ever going to find another hot,
Yeah.
fine doctor that is willing to give you the time of day?
Yeah, I was only basing this off of the only girl we know he's been with is Marta, and that's his type. And so she's like a blonde, very, very thin girl. And if that's his type, then if you have a super specific type like that, why the fuck are you going on a show like this? And what right do you have to have a specific type when you look like, I mean, we can
Up
roast his
on the
looks. I
show.
don't like to do that, but
We can roast his fucking looks. Oh,
yeah,
oh, yeah, no, no,
a
no.
Napoleon complex for
Yeah,
damn
like,
sure.
you're getting roasted, my boy. I'm sorry. I went back. I pulled up his shirtless pics in Cabo because you want to
Yeah,
talk about somebody's body. You know what I mean?
crazy.
You one jelly bean away from having a little gut yourself. Like, I don't know. I don't know who told you that you was some fine shit. I don't
Right?
know who told you, but you look like you got a skin condition. You can't go into direct sunlight, like, and here's where you drop the fucking ball, is you coulda got a prescription for that rosacea on your face from Jessica, but you fucking fumbled, bitch, like, you would think that he was cut shred to the max, like, never
No.
ate a carb in his life.
Yeah, he's a blonde
Bitch,
Frodo, as people have been saying. He's a blonde
you
Frodo.
fucking bitch. Like, he literally, I felt like somebody somebody in my comments put a picture of a Furby and a gremlin. And it's like, I feel like that's exactly what we saw. Like, we saw that
Yeah.
he presented as like this nice little Furby. He got a little water on him and that bitch turned into a fucking monster. Like,
Well, and the
what?
fact the fact that she was calling him gorgeous, right? And we were like, "She's in love, because he is not gorgeous." So, he fumbled a hot doctor that was obsessed with him. And
That
that's how I knew, he was never in it when they were trying to have these serious talks, right? Like, he's like, "Nah, I don't wanna have kids. And fuck kids. I never wanted kids." And, he wants kids. He wants kids. And so, as soon as he was just going along with everything she said, I knew he had 0 interest in actually doing it, and that's what makes him the worst. He wasn't even there to get married whatsoever, and clearly found someone who really, really was there for the right reasons and fucked it up.
And
So,
and you know what's so shitty about all of this is that Jessica's been married before.
mhm,
She was in a space where she did not want to get married again. Like she didn't want to open up
mhm,
her heart to anyone else again, and she did. And look what happened. And this is why women stay single. This is why women would rather not even let someone in and even think of dealing with that heartbreak. They'd rather
mhm.
just be by themselves because look, her life, she's peaceful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's got her shit together. She has a good life. And of course, you
Mhm.
want somebody to share it with. You want somebody that can add to it. But I don't need you, bitch. And you
No.
need somebody that needs you. And it's as simple as that. Like, and that's the thing is
Yeah.
it'll be probably a long time before she opens up herself again to somebody else because of what the fuck he did. And I'm really
Mhm.
glad that she walked away from him. I was so upset to like see her even shed a tear over this tiny bitch. Like, I was so sad because for him to be like, but I mean, we have fun together. So like, I think we should like keep going.
Oh, gross. Gross, gross. So, yeah, her whole life just made him so insecure, and we heard that in his talks with Marta, right? Like, go find a doctor. That's the only way. Like he was tearing her down because she's a nurse. I was gonna say too. I know obviously Jessica's not a nurse, but there is a nurse practitioner on the show. But Marta has a good job too, and he clearly would tear her down and say these horrible things to her. So I mean, he has beyond issues. I don't even know what we could label it. And the scene where he told her this is bad enough. The scene at the mixer was diabolical, and the shit he was saying about her and
And
disgusting.
all of those girls need to be held accountable because he was going on for way too
Gross.
long and you guys didn't say shit. Bree, you
Mhm.
were actually agreeing with him. I could see it. I could see it. I'm on the fence. Like I'm on no one's side. Fuck you too, ho.
Gross.
Fuck you too, because you was already annoying me by you running like having something negative to say every fucking 5 seconds. She's Zen of 2.0. But also
Mhm.
to Ashley and Priyanka, like, yeah, they eventually walked away from the conversation, but all of y'all before he got there
Giggling.
was in a chat. Oh my God. He only dates 25-year-olds. Oh my God. Like he bought followers, but the minute he gets there, you guys are in his face laughing. Like you don't never let a man let that off. Like they should have been
Mm-mm.
deaded that conversation. Like, don't talk about her like this. This is so fucking rude because you're on camera. You're trying to embarrass her, is what you're trying
Yeah,
to do. It's the worst I've ever had. Bitch,
that's
fuck you.
disgusting.
You're
Yeah.
disgusting. You disgusting little shit. Like,
And you asked to have a threesome with them. Did you catch that? A foursome.
okay. I
And they
thought
still stood there.
I thought that's what was happening. He was like, we should all go do something like the four of us. Like, right?
That's what I gathered that he was trying to say. Like, he's like, you know, he was so creepy, the way he was talking. I can't believe that. I mean, after he said the threesome thing, which is what he was alluding to, Priyanka did say, like, let's go over there and talk to Ashley, but took way too long. The second he started talking about the sex slave, I mean, I just love Amber. I was enjoying her to this point. She's quirky. Like we said, she's a little off. Like, she reminds me of Carolyn from Survivor. They're very similar, but you like amazing that she didn't give a fuck what he thought. She was going to tell him off. She didn't care if she looked bad because you don't know what the edit's going to be, right? And I'm assuming that's the problem that the other girls had. They were thinking too much of like, what if the audience loves Chris? We can't roast him. And she did not care what we think. She was going to be honest, and I love that.
Yeah, she told him to his face. Yeah, he's like, yeah, you probably hate me. She's like, yeah, yeah, I do a little bit actually. You know, and the thing that bothered me about Jordan here, and I think that Jordan was just drunk and not aware of what's going on. But I don't like to give a man no excuse. But Chris was trying to shit on Amber right in front of Jordan's face.
He was, yeah,
Everyone thinks you're too crazy for him, but I think you're perfect. Don't call my fiance crazy in front of my face. I would have been like, hey, bro, check yourself.
hmm
Like, don't talk to her like that. But
yeah,
Amber don't need nobody. Amber's Amber did a mic drop, okay? She said, "Oh, you think you're gonna get another hot doctor?" Yeah, just saying. I'm just
just
saying, bitch. Like
saying.
she was not fucking playing. And you seen it?
He had nothing. Amber needs shirts that say "Just saying" because that's what has been in my head since I watched that. Just saying. She keeps yelling it, and it's so good the way she walks away. It's just perfection. So
You think you're gonna get another hot doctor? Like I'm gonna put it on a T-shirt, on a hat. Like we're gonna
yeah,
have merch because it's just like it was iconic. That's what you want out of a friend. You hear her. She's saying everything we're thinking. Pussy ass.
hmm
She's just saying it. Pussy ass bitch.
yeah,
Narcissistic fuck. Like eat
yeah.
shit and die. Like
Too
you
short to be
know.
this cocky.
Yeah,
Perfection.
and she told him to his face, and I respect that
Yes.
because what Brie, Priyanka, and Ashley did was some fake shit because you guys were laughing in Jessica's face
Yeah.
and talk and then trying to get some sort of explanation from him instead of saying, "What you're saying is disgusting. You're
Mhm.
absolute she's not big, like,
Mhm.
it's not like she's still a petite girl." Like, and then he's like, "Yeah, no, no, yeah, like, no, she's hot." Like,
And this is the thing. Sometimes I do that we have to talk to people we don't like to get some tea. And so I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt for that. Like they're just, they're being nice to his face so he'll talk more. They're trying to let him
mhm,
bury himself. But once he said the worst sex I've ever had, the fact that you could just stand there and not call that out, like you let him talk for a second and that like what Amber did, you let him run his mouth and then you put him in his place. But they just like laughed and kept going, and like you said, Bree was even like agreeing with him, and you don't got to do all that. And you're friends with Jessica. When we talk to people we don't like to get tea, we're not really friends with either party, so you still feel kind of neutral. But they, I'm assuming, are very close with Jessica. It appears that way. So how do you not defend her? And you can see she's a hot doctor. He's a little munchkin. Like, how do you not see the issues here?
and beyond her being a fucking doctor, she's kind,
Yeah.
right? She's sweet, she's kind, she was open, she was really into him. Like you said, she was
Hmm.
obsessed with him. We see her when I was trying to go back and look at his little flabby stomach. I seen like a picture and she's like kissing him, and like I seen the
Hmm.
scene where they're in the pool and she's just like obsessed with him, right? And it's like
Hmm.
she was so nice to him. She didn't deserve that. You know what I mean? And I just
Yeah.
and like
The
when you sat there and said to the camera, like, "Oh yeah, I understand that and everyone's not gonna look good at 90 years old, but I'm not 90." Like, how did you think that this was gonna go over with the audience? Like, I know the production was sitting there like, "Oh my God, like the internet's gonna light him up. They're gonna hate this guy." And he's sitting there thinking, like thinking what? Like thinking
I
like
don't give a
somebody
flying
out
thought.
yeah, you think that somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, wow, like, this guy is, like, super honest." Now, granted, communication in a relationship is important. If there's something that you don't like in a partnership, it's important to express it, but it's how you
Mm,
express it. He was an absolute asshole about it, and the things he was expressing is not even
mm.
if you did, like, like, even if you wanted a different type of body type, there's no nice way to say that. It's like they're not your
No.
type and you just move on. People thought Joe
Mhm.
was bad. Y'all thought Joe was bad and
Poor Joe.
he was bumping
He
on
got drunk.
he was bumping on Madison,
Madison.
right? Like
Yeah.
all he said was I usually my type is a little different, but he didn't tell her, "Oh, you need to work out, go to Pilates." And this is the thing. She's said from day one that she don't work out. And
Yeah.
he didn't remind me, Ashley, didn't at one point she say like, "Oh, I would like assume that you only date CrossFit girls or you only
Mhm.
date, super active girls." And he was like, "No, like I like date everything." I'm
I
pretty
think
sure
he
that was a
just
conversation.
I think he just heard that she, danced or whatever, and he maybe pictured, like, Colleen or something, and that was all he was going off of, which is stupid. What did you think about him starting an Instagram that day?
Oh, he
Like,
started one? Somebody
that's
did
what they
send
said.
me it. Yeah, someone
Yeah, yeah.
did.
They said he started his Instagram that day. I went to his Instagram and, like, almost every he's got, like, 6 photos up. Almost every sound he has something to do with, like, weight, health. Like, I'll play you the first one he has on. Let me see if we can hear it.
I ain't got no mother. That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh my
that's the first sound he has, and then, like, the first line is, "I want a perfect body." Like, he's fucked up. He's fucking
I
with
would
everyone.
You know what? I'm responsible for my health, and I'm responsible for my finances, and I'm responsible for my family, and I'm responsible for the decisions I make.
Like, every song is,
wait,
like, poking at it.
is he
What?
tr- is he trying to say that he banged Brie? Is that the hidden message in that one? Because that "Hit 'Em Up" is all about, Tupac fucking Faith Evans, which was
Yeah.
Biggie's wife.
Maybe. I mean, it seems like everything is very pointed, like everything is
Oh, so he's eating this up, like, he's loving the attention.
I mean,
"Alright, fuck you."
he is.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's got
I
long
hate
hair
this
now,
shit.
but he still looks like a munchkin, so
He literally looks like I told you he looked like that guy from Mad TV as soon as I seen him. Like,
Mhm.
he's literally the most disgusting man that's ever graced our television. Like, like you didn't
Eh,
like
I'm already just envisioning the reunion now, and if Bree and Connor didn't work out, I don't doubt that those 2 hooked up in some way, hung out, did something, and Chris is gonna blab that all out, and Bree must be freaking out right now because when that happened, I'm sure she didn't realize how much she was gonna be hated, right? You're
I
thinking,
seen that she posted a video. Did you see it?
"Mm-mm.
Like defending herself on someone sent it to me, but I didn't watch it, but defending herself of episodes 5 and 6.
Oh, okay." No,
Mhm.
I didn't see that, but I'm just thinking ahead. I don't know what happens with her, or we don't know what happens with her, but I'm just saying she's clearly entertained by Chris. He is clearly relentless. She enjoyed the attention at the mixer. I can't imagine that these 2 didn't at some point hang out, hook up after. So, that's gonna be a fire reunion
It
if
is. It is. We
Bree
heard it's
and
filming
Connor don't
this
work out.
weekend. Yeah, we
Yeah.
heard it's filming this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously not to start we don't have no tea on that yet. But not to start rumors or anything, but it feels like they edit these things in a certain way. They show us certain things for a reason, and it just feels like this whole Bree and Chris is being set up for something, and I really hope she's too smart to do that, but we'll see.
She did an interview where I didn't watch her video, but she did do an interview. I saw a clip where she was like, "Oh, like the pool talk with Chris was very innocent. Like it was always Connor or bust. Like, I think even in the conversation you can see that I'm like we're like bros. Like I feel like that came across like we're talking about each other's partner, like we're
Mhm.
like bros. And so it was never like that. It was always Connor or bust. She said that. And then the only part that I seen in her video that she posted was like obviously like I want to talk about episodes 5 and 6. Like it didn't make me look great, but she was like looking all sad, you know?
Mhm.
But I'll report back with what she said. But it's like, oh no, don't try and defend yourself now because you thought that people were on your ass from episodes 5 and 6. Oh, bitch, you better just I
Mhm.
hope you're off social media because I know they're lighting her ass up. Now, again, we don't encourage anybody to go to these people's
No, no,
personal
no.
pages and
Just talk
bully
here.
them and just talk here. Like there's no need to go tell her how much she sucks. You could tell us how much she sucks. Like these are real people and it is an edited they're edited scenes. Now we know that this is really how douchey Chris is in real life, and likely Brie is just as douchey. But keep it here,
Mhm.
people.
And I have
Um,
had people try to say like, "Oh, it's just the edit for Brie," and maybe that is true. Maybe she told Chris off and they cut that out. So we definitely need to hear about that if she did. Maybe we'll see that in the next episode. I
I
hope
so
that's
hope
what
so.
we see. I hope
Yeah,
she turns it around because what we saw was not good. But maybe next episode we'll see her tell him off and she
right.
doesn't ever talk to him again. So
Because
fingers crossed.
that's how the episode ended, right? Is that
Mhm.
they're still having a conversation. So we're hoping that we're going to see her be like, "You're disgusting. This is sick.
Yeah.
Like, why don't talk to Jessica like this?" But it's like I feel like she's already dug her own grave because I feel like she's already agreed with him. You already said you're on the
Yeah.
fence. You already said you're not on anyone's side. You already sat
Hmm.
there and said, I mean, I kind of get it. Like if it's like from a discipline standpoint and it's not like her body per se, like you already said all
She's
that.
a
So
doctor. She has discipline.
talk about discipline.
Yeah.
Right. Like I have more discipline than anybody in this room, not just a doctor, an infectious disease doctor. So that's a specialty, ho. Like
Yeah.
I've been
Chris should.
disciplined my
Oh wait,
whole life.
I was gonna say Chris should see her for what's on his face, but you already did that joke. I'm behind, so it took me a
Yeah, like
minute.
what rosacea. Like
Yeah,
I know
took me a
rosacea when
minute.
I see it. My niece has it. Like you could have got a little ointment, bitch.
Oh man. Well, he fumbled. We can all
Anywho,
agree.
he fumbled. Okay, now speaking of the next biggest piece of shit, Alex. Okay, because first of all, he was encouraging Chris to fucking talk to
Birds of a feather.
Bree. Oh, really quick on the little leprechaun. What do you think of Chris and Connor's chat?
Oh, I feel like he was trying to see what Connor was feeling about Bree because he wanted to see if if they're not doing well, right? So he could sneak in there. Didn't stop him anyways at the mixer, regardless what Connor said. But pretty. I mean, on par for his behavior, but like seemed to be nice to like Connor's face and then talk so much shit about him at the mixer. So,
And I'm sure Connor did not tell him what I'm sure he didn't tell Connor what he said.
no, definitely not. No.
Yeah. Fucking biatch. Anyway, on to lion ass, jobless ass, homeless ass Alex. Do you feel like he rented his mama? Because I do.
That was weird.
I feel like he got a rent-a-mom. He definitely gives rent-a-mom like, oh, like, I don't want anybody to know my real shit, so I'm just rent this lady to pretend like she's my mom. Remember, we had a season where we were like, or like Kwame like rented a sister
yes.
or something.
No one believed that was his sister. Yeah.
But it turned out she was. Like, I don't believe anything Alex says. He was just
he's an
lying.
actor.
He was just lying, you guys. Like, he was just lying. That, like, so we first see them where they're having a fucking argument about water bottles, bro.
Yeah. Water bottles and periods. Like, the period conversation was insanity. He doesn't know basic biology. He thinks the period is ovulation, I guess. He doesn't understand those are 2 weeks apart. He doesn't get how you get pregnant. I mean, I don't want to feel bad for him whatsoever, but it does seem like probably his whole life has been drilled in that he's an accident and his mom did not want him. So he's very panicked about having kids, but at least read a book about it and figure it out, or just do your part and wear a condom, do what you got to do. But he's like terrified of periods, which
he's like, she said he's sleeping with a pillow in between them. And she's like, I'm not plagued because I'm on my period. You can still touch me. Now, I didn't get the sense that she was saying like, we could still fuck on my period. I don't think that's what she was trying to say or she was.
Yeah, so she did an interview today with the podcast that won't be named, which, by the way, I don't even think they're watching the show at this point. Like, at one point, Alex said he never wants kids. Alex never said that. He said just right now he doesn't. So I think they're not even watching. They're just doing these interviews because they're part of the Netflix family now. But please, Netflix, if you're listening, send them somewhere else. Obviously, you won't send them here, but it was a bad interview. The questions were bad. But she did talk about when she's on her period, she's more horny than ever, which I don't relate to that, but I don't know if that's a lot of women do. That's not me, but
I think girl, I don't know. My cramps be so bad. I'm like, please get the fuck away from me. Like, don't touch me. Like, I'm in an excruciating amount of pain. But I do know some women are, but also period sex is not for everyone. I'm not going to shame anything, but like, I could fully understand a man like not wanting to fornicate. No, like, nobody wants to. I mean, I'm not going to say nobody, but I understand him not wanting to have sex while she's actively on her period. When you're ovulating is when when women are super horny. So
yeah, no, she said for her, and maybe probably for other people listening, let us know if you agree with her, but she said that's her most horny time. And so she did expect them to hook up, but again, like, if he doesn't want to, that's his prerogative. I feel like most mature men don't really care, but I don't know. He cares. So, but he could do other things, right? You know, like a foot rub, massage, cuddles, whatever. She's just saying you don't have to act like you can't come near me. Right?
Yeah, you can't like not touch me. But now you don't have to fuck me. Like, you gotta rub one out, girl. I'm sorry. Like, that's not for everybody. You know what I mean? It can get messy. Like, not everybody wants to deal with that, okay? Some people like it, but you know, I'm different. I'm like, don't touch me. I'm in a lot of pain. But yeah, like him acting like the conversation was just for you to just be acting like you just know everything, Mr. Know It Everything. Like, it was such a dumb conversation. Like, I'm like, what are we talking about? Like, you're making every excuse in the book right now to not touch the girl. She's saying you guys haven't been intimate since y'all got back to the house. She hasn't, sounding like, been on her period in a few days. You arguing about water bottles. Aren't you the one that said there aren't no problems, so don't make any? Like, but she said we already had a chat about the water bottles, and then here you are bringing them up again on camera. Like, it all seemed like, I mean, I got a job. I mean, I got a job in that amount of time. Yeah, bitch, it's easy to get an imaginary job. Like, you didn't get no fucking job.
It seems like now that they're back in the real world, right? But when they're on the trip, it's, I don't want kids. I don't care. There's no problems. Everything's great. Now they're back in the real world. This wedding is coming up soon. And they're like, okay, how do I get the fuck out of this wedding? I need to start showing all the problems. And so I think that's the thing. He's like, you don't have it's been a day, right? And she's like, I'm having a meeting tomorrow. He's like, well, you don't have this job. And I think he's not attracted to her, or like she's not his type. And so he used the period as an excuse to like drag out as long as possible to not have to be hooking up. Well, as a Canadian, what does it mean when he said we should move to Florida because our politics are aligned with Florida? Is Florida like a certain?
Oh, Florida's a red state. Did he say that? I missed it.
Yeah. He said that we should move to Florida because our politics are aligned there. The weather, whatever, golf. I don't know. He named some other things, but he said our politics. So
our politics. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not surprised based on Ashley's dad, but that's okay, girl. We got something for you. That's okay. Like, Alex sucks so bad, but also, okay. Yeah. It doesn't surprise me. It's Ohio. I didn't even hear him say that. But my whole thing is like, she's saying, girl, do not move your job for this man, okay? He's got an imaginary job, and she's sitting there like about to have talks about transitioning her position. Although I think she's full of shit too. Like, girl, she ain't talking to her boss. She ain't moving to no fucking Florida. Like, girl, please, like, not over Alex. Okay, no. So
what did you think of when she tried? Well, so she talked to his mom, and she did seem to know something. So maybe she was an actor. He must have given her like a script. She was giving like boy mom, which I am a boy mom, but there's boy moms who are like, my baby can do no wrong. He's a star. He's amazing. She was kind of giving that a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I think she was talking kind of badly about some of his exes, right? Or like maybe
also,
just giving the tea.
Why are you asking his mom about his exes? Like, that's
She's trying
so
to get
weird.
to the bottom of it.
Feel like that was like a producer prompt, because it's like the one thing you want to know about his mom is like how she liked his exes, and like, oh, well, he doesn't like to talk about it. Well, then you probably shouldn't be asking his mama about it. But I'm not giving Alex not even a itty bitty tiny bit of grace, because fuck you, bro. No. Like, you suck and you ain't got no job. Like, I'm day trading. Like, this is my job. You ain't got no job, Tommy. Like, it's like you just don't have a job, and you are staying in this experiment as long as possible because you also don't have a home.
No, he's not in a marriage place. What did you think about her trying to get the timeline? Just kind of like what her dad did, like trying to knock it down. It was so good.
That daddy came right on out. Right on out. She asked 150 questions about this and this and this and this, and he got caught up. And he's like, well, I'm stumbling because I'm trying to remember the dates, not because I'm lying. No, it's because you're lying. Whenever you say, I think this, and whenever you're like, duh. The most interesting part about it all is that he has a post on his Instagram from January 26th saying, first time in Austin. Should I move here? No, you should move into a homeless shelter, because that is what you are, okay? Like, he said first time in Austin, but apparently he had this whole love affair with somebody in October is when he got the LinkedIn message, and he had this girl and this girl, but cheating's his deal breaker, but there was no overlap. I don't consider it cheating because we were non-exclusive. Like, shut up.
He definitely had both girls at the same time. Like, that was clear, right? From the explanation. He had one going in Cleveland and he was visiting one in Austin. So yeah, why would he make a post first time in Austin in January? That was so weird.
Because he probably wasn't visiting her in Austin. He was visiting her somewhere else.
Yeah. Can't keep up with his lies. He needs like a little notebook to write everything down.
He's like, I was visiting a few people. Like, oh, but you was visiting her directly. Yeah, but you see how it went from, like, I'm friends with my ex, like she has a new boyfriend, to like, no, like we hooked up for sure. Like, I thought, where'd her man go? I thought she had a boyfriend. Like, just lying.
Lie after lie after lie. Ashley must have no skeletons in her closet to be caring so much about his cheating and what's going on with him, right? So
it's so funny. Like, she was like, she had an ex a year ago, and she thought it was her husband, and she's just like, they're drilling in this cheating, like, don't cheat, don't sneaky link, don't have nothing else on the side, don't text nobody, don't visit nobody. I don't text my exes.
Yeah. So hopefully she's not doing that, or it'll be a little awkward. So We didn't talk about Alex and well, I guess we haven't got there yet, but Alex and mentioned he knows Priyanka. We haven't seen them sit down yet, but that was awkward. So how like what happened in the pods? They meet up with everybody, so they
Yeah.
just didn't say anything and didn't
That's what he said to the camera.
he said he didn't say anything, but she didn't either, I guess. Hey?
Yeah. I would imagine that Alex is a little bit more hard to clock than Priyanka. Like, I feel like her name is more specific to where he instantly knew it was her. So he told production, or probably didn't tell. He said he didn't tell production, but just probably is like, I don't want to go on any more dates with her. You
Well, I
know?
wonder if he was Alec then too, right? Because we do know he changed his name from Alec to Alex. I don't know when that happened, but she might have known him as Alec, and so it wasn't as obvious. But I don't know if
No,
you,
bitch, I feel like the minute you say Alex, Nomad, and soccer, 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 soccer,
yeah.
soccer, like there's only one, okay?
And they
Like,
know each other in Chicago. Like, is anyone actually in Ohio, or they just rounded up people from all over the country? It feels like.
because he said same friend group, right?
Yeah, in Chicago. So he's got a friend group in Chicago.
Oh, he got a friend group everywhere, girl, because he lives all around the world. That's the craziest part about it all is you a conservative and you want to live in everybody else's country, but don't support other people living in yours, you dumbass bitch. Like, what the fuck?
That
You just want to live off the land and live in other countries and go everywhere, but don't want you support other people not living in ours? Like, make it
That's
make sense.
crazy. Yeah, he wants to live in different countries for years at a time, but he doesn't yeah, that doesn't align with his Florida politics, so very
Yeah, it
ironic,
doesn't,
right?
then yeah, it doesn't align with his conservative views now, does it?
No. Can't be a nomad and a conservative, right? That doesn't add up. I thought it's all
He
about
he's he ain't about shit. He's a liar. He ain't got no job. He's homeless,
he's probably
and
not
he tr
even, into Trump. He probably her dad probably said it first, and he probably just lied about that too. He probably doesn't even know who the president is. He's I don't trust anything he says at this point. He's
I
just
don't trust
saying
anything he says.
anything.
He was like trying to align with whatever he thought her dad's views were, you
Yeah.
know? So,
Yeah, he's like, how do you go on a globally watched show when you lie so much? Like, you know
to
people are
go
gonna call it out.
someone sending me like a soccer coach like contract today, like for Florida. Didn't you just tell her dad like you had some other job lined
Like,
up
3
somewhere else?
jobs.
Like, you lying bitch, you ain't got no job, okay? Like, it is what it is. I like to plan, but I'm fluid. Like, you know what I mean? He just lies. Like, how you like to plan, but you're fluid. Like,
Yeah.
those two things don't even make sense.
No, I agree. Anything else about Alex and Ashley before we move on?
I don't know. The intimacy struggle conversation was weird. And then they had that scene where she's like, oh, like, basically we banged.
Yeah, the
Like, now I'm
golfing.
satisfied. And this is crazy. Okay, what do we think about Amber and Jordan's parents? Like, they met all the family.
I mean, I'm starting to like these 2. I think they're cute. I feel like they really fit well with each other. Like, I mean, I don't like how he acts at the mixer. I think he's a little bit on the passive, quieter side, and she's
Mhm,
crazy, right? And so that can work, but
mhm.
also I don't know. It depends on what her if she likes someone that's passive, or eventually it might be not a good fit. But I mean, I thought her brother was his brother. Like, he kind of looks like her brother, and
That's
so
what I said. That's what
yeah.
I thought too.
And it was so cute when they were talking about, like, the family, like, we're a family now, and that he met her ex, I guess, or the Emma's dad, and that all went well. Like, it seems like no issues, just 2 quirky people that found love, and it's so hard not to love Amber after seeing her character come out of the
Yeah,
mixer, so
yeah,
I
I do
I'm
like
rooting
them.
for
I
them,
feel like
but
we're not seeing a lot of them though.
yeah, I think they have a lot of problems that they're not showing us. I think they're keeping it cute because we are seeing a lot of good. But then, we see Amber at that mixer, right? Like, coming for Chris. Good for her. He deserved it. But she obviously is a little fiery. And how is that going? Like, how do we need to see them have like a fight, right? To see how that goes, which you see in the trailer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
It
gonna
doesn't seem to
snatch
go
off his
well.
mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna snatch off his mic. Because I would think that with a personality like Amber's, she does need somebody a little bit more passive, you know, so they
Mhm.
seem like they would make a good match. But I do think like we're not seeing, because we have so many couples, like we're missing a lot of stuff because we've
Yeah.
barely seen Vic and Christine in
Mhm.
these episodes. Like they're not in the apartments.
No,
We
and they were
don't see them in them
did you notice they're filming
filming
themselves?
on their phone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What? That's
Yep.
so
I said the
sad.
same thing. Do they even have a camera crew on them? Like,
Yeah, and I mean, I like that. I don't know we need the actual truth about the situation because I I don't know if they just knew that they were gonna work out, and so they were really set on continuing and knowing that they would get back into the experiment, but yeah, I just can't imagine with all these couples, you're gonna choose Vic and Christine to not follow. They are very not boring, but they're very stable, but we do need
yeah.
that a little
We
bit.
do need that, and we get
Mhm.
one every season, and I think it's so crazy to me that they're like, he's the one black man, because Devonte don't count. He's the one black man that like made it out of the pods, and then it's
Mhm.
like you're just gonna take the only person of color and just axe their whole entire storyline. They're having some really important, meaningful conversations about interracial couples. Like these
Mhm.
are like very like important conversations. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I really like Christine. I feel like she fully understands what it not fully understands, but is trying her best to understand what it looks like to be with a black man and what
Mhm.
that looks like to have black kids, because I think a lot of women are attracted to black men and they have babies without thinking like, I will never understand my kids' lived experience. I will
Yeah.
never be able to relate to them. I will and I'm biracial, and I didn't realize how important it was, or realize that my mom didn't understand until I was an adult, right?
Yeah.
So I think like she's asking like very important questions and like
Yeah.
having biracial children. Like it's just, I think it's a conversation you don't see people talk about, or you know, mothers have a concern about. But
Mhm.
it's the importance of that is so heavy, because as a white mom, you don't think that you have to talk to your black kids about the cops and how
Mhm.
they come off and their tone and how they're going to be perceived differently,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it makes me feel like we're missing something because it just seems like this is so obviously like the big love story. And do you think they were mad at Vic and they wanted him to pick someone else? Like, they're very like they have a set narrative in their head that they want you to play out, and if you don't follow that, you get punished. We see that all the time with certain people. And so maybe they really wanted Vic to have this black love story that we all wanted to see. And they had so many amazing women, and they were I don't know how that went down. Like, I don't know if he had other people in the pods and he's the one that cut it off and they didn't really want him to pick Christine. So they didn't really want to like highlight them because they were annoyed with him. But I don't, I just feel like that's trying to control it way too much. People are going to
Yeah,
fall in love with who they want to fall in love with.
yeah.
Either that or one of them has something crazy in their past because I just cannot fathom why they would not like this would have been like the biggest couple. Why did they not highlight that? And why were they not like the first choice over like Bree and Connor, Emma and Mike? Like these people you can see
Over
have no
Devonte
chemistry.
and Britney, like, I feel like it was
I
obvious as
don't
shit
get
that
it.
Devonte and Britney, like, that she wasn't into him. She called his ass she called his ass fat again at her family dinner. But genuinely, I think she likes him. Like, I genuinely do think she likes him. But yeah, it just doesn't make sense because they are very visibly that one boring couple that we
Yeah.
get every season.
Yeah.
They're boring. We know that they're gonna get married, like they're the first engaged, and then but it's really not making sense, and
Yeah.
I'm really irritated because I think we had Chelsea and Kwame, which was, I'm sure we've had biracial couples before, but this is the one that sticks out to me, and we never heard them have the conversation about kids because they weren't
Mhm.
there. They're like, we're going to travel, we're going to do so many
Yeah.
things first, and it's like these two are having important conversations, how biracial children don't specifically fit into a box. They feel not black, something I experienced growing up, right? Like, I'm definitely
Yeah.
not Indian. I definitely don't fit in here. I definitely don't look like them. And
Mhm.
then, but I'm not black enough to fit over here. And as an adult, I've come to realize, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just resonate more with my black side. That is how the world sees me, right?
Yeah.
Some people will see me as a biracial woman, but some people will see me as a black woman. And I'm okay with that. Nobody's going to look at me and be like, that's an Indian woman. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just not my lived experience. So I think they're having very important conversations that the audience wants
Yeah.
to see. And why didn't we see Victor's family?
yeah, they do have these big issues that so many people relate to, like the biracial and also like their faith and their religion. Like that's something a lot of people relate to, and I don't understand why. Like I know they've cut people in the past because they're just not good on camera. They're not comfortable. They don't have that chemistry. They are a little quieter than some of the other people, but they're still having these amazing conversations. They're deep. Like I don't get it. We need Chris Colleen to explain more than we didn't have a budget. That's just not going to cut it because you took these 6 other raggedy couples that we could have done without. So not all of them, but definitely some other ones.
I don't know. A lot of them.
I know.
Who do you like? Who do you like?
I mean, I like Jordan and Amber. Do I think they're going to be a good fit long term? No. Something else that, not to give Chris any credit at all, he gets 0, but he did say to Amber, like, oh, we all think you're crazy, sort of. Like, where's that coming from? Because she's a little out there, but is there stuff going on that we're not hearing about? Because for him to just say you're crazy, I don't know if she's displayed that on screen like that we've seen.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
No.
But she's very quirky. You can tell she's very just outspoken and a little like a little crazy, you know what I'm saying? But like not in what we're seeing is not in a bad way. It's like a fun crazy, right? But the way he said it was like, yeah, we all think you're super crazy for him, but I think you're perfect. Like, yeah, what are we not seeing? Yeah.
There's definitely things going on, which I think we will see in the next episodes. But I do know, like, I posted the clip of Amber telling off Chris, and almost all the girls on the cast liked it. So I feel like the girls are cool with her. We don't know where they're at now, but I don't feel like she's crazy in the sense of like everybody doesn't like her and she's been like doing crazy things to people. But I think there's more going on between her and Jordan that they're not showing us yet, but they probably will.
You know what it seems like to me? It seems like every episode they're focusing on one couple's like fight. Like I feel like episode 7 was like all about like Alex and the dad, and then episode 8 was all about Jessica and Chris, and then episode 9 was like a continuation of like seeing Jessica and Chris and then Alex and Ashley like kind of crumbling. So now I think in 10 and 11, unfortunately, I think it's going to be maybe Jordan and Amber's turn to start seeing some of those cracks,
Yeah. And I do wonder if maybe this is what the fight is about after the mixer, that he didn't defend her, and it could lead to something. Because they did have tea during filming that they were volatile. That he walked out of filming. I don't know if he quit, but he left, which we've seen in the trailer. So I do think there's a lot more going on with them, and we'll find out next time after some of these other fights resolve. I mean, we've lost Chris and Jessica now, so we're down one couple, but
still got 6.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Still got plenty,
Honestly, every time Victor and Christine come on, I'm like, no, like, don't get off the show. Go live your happy life. You're too good for this mess and this drama. Like, don't let this ruin it, because it is so good. They're so sweet together. Like going to his work
sweet.
and
they're so sweet. I'm such a hate ass bitch. I'm like, what?
I wonder if that is what it is. Maybe his family refused to film, and so he sort of like was on the fence in the pod part of like, can I have a wedding without my family there? They don't want to be a part of this, but
I don't know. We don't know because they're barely showing them. Like, we don't know. Like, we don't know. So we're just guessing at this point. So on to Devonte. We didn't see much of him these episodes, which I am happy about, but we did see him meeting Britney's family.
Yeah.
Which just pissed me off, okay?
I mean, I loved her family.
I loved her family.
Yeah. Her dad seems sweet, but yeah, it's hard to watch him sit there and lie to their faces, because we know he's not getting married to her. So, I mean, we don't know. I shouldn't say that. Didn't sound right. I should cut that out. I'll bet. It's hard to watch him lie to their faces, because we can tell that he's not interested in Britney, right? And he's just faking it. So
yeah, and it's like, it's one thing to like, I think what everybody needs to understand is like, we to the camera hear him saying that he's never dated a woman of color, person of color, but he has not shared this with Britney. She literally has no idea. She's just feeling this sense of not being wanted, not being liked from him, and she is not equating it to her race at all, but obviously us viewers are seeing those confessionals. So it pissed me off to see him go into their home. Like, obviously she's very serious about this. She's letting you meet her entire family. Like, they are very convinced that you're a good person. You're looking her dad in his eye, and like, he's being vulnerable, and like, you're just lying. Like, you're a freaking biatch,
Yeah, it's so sad to constantly see Britney struggle because you can see her. It's like not computing. Like she can sense that he's not attracted to her. And she doesn't know why, and she can't figure it out. And she's like looking at him and like looking at me, and I'm like, I don't get this. And the fact that he never even explained to her why, and even though that's not a valid reason, but he's telling the cameras, we know at home, but she's bringing him around her family, struggling with like what's missing, what's going on. Everything was fine in the pods, and I don't understand what happened, and he won't tell her, which is horrible.
He won't tell her. He won't even say anything as simple as like, you're my first black girl that I've dated. He won't even say that. And it's like, that would be a clue, right? That would be a clue.
And like it's not even because he is black as well, so it's crazy. Like, there's nothing she could do differently. He is withholding this information, and she's in the dark. It's so sad. So
it is sad, and it's sad to see somebody, like, it was pissing me off when, first of all, before we get there, because at the dinner table, did she call him fat again? Because I feel like she said, I wasn't him to be such a big, like, man. And then she was like, ooh, I kind of like it. But I swear, in her original, didn't she say, I expected him to be bigger, like taller, right?
I think she was calling him like stocky, maybe, like buff, or not buff, that's muscles. I mean, do you think, not at all to give him the benefit of the doubt, but do you think he feels like she isn't attracted to him, even though she's like working through it, and he's probably someone who doesn't have a lot of confidence as it is, and so he is feeling, because he's going to bed in his shirts, and like he seems very insecure. And do you think that could be part of his way he's acting?
No, I don't think that any part of him thinks that Brittany's unattracted to him. I think that we already spilled the tea in a previous video. If you guys haven't heard the episode, go listen to it. But we spilled the tea. One of Devo's ex-girlfriends came out, and she was speaking out about him. And just like Chris's ex-girlfriend, everything she said, mind you, she said this before the episodes dropped. It aligned with what we're seeing with Devo. Like, she said he does not like black girls. She said that, part of the reason he didn't like his fiance was because she was black. She said that he shuts down. He doesn't communicate. He's a terrible communicator. She said all of the things that we're seeing. So I just think that this is him. And she also said that he's very insecure about his body. Like, she did say that he struggles with his weight. It's always been a thing for him. But I think that he thinks Brittany's into him. I think you could tell the thing is, you could tell when someone's into you. So he knows that girl is into him, big or not. Like,
yeah. Well, he has both of us blocked, so we won't be seeing anything from him anymore.
You guys, he has both me and Ashley
and blocked.
And the podcast. He said, fuck y'all.
He's not playing with us.
He's not playing with us. That's okay. To each his own. Touche, brother. What do you feel about this divorce is not an option talk?
Well, I think I brought this up last time where I said I think it's ridiculous. I don't know. Here's the thing. I do get it, right? Like, you take that vow seriously. It's till death do us part. But I don't know, having that it's just risky, right? Like, having that mindset of like, divorce is not an option. We cannot get divorced. You don't really want someone to be with you if they don't want to, just because they don't believe in divorce or it's not an option for them, right? You want them to want to be there. I think when you're using it in the terms of like, we're not going to give up easily, we're always going to fight for this and do everything we can to make it work. But I think it's also okay if there is a point where you can't, right? And obviously there's other circumstances that come along where you would never want, at least as a parent, you wouldn't want your child to feel like divorce isn't an option. So even if I'm miserable or they cheat on me or something horrible happens, I'm sticking it out, right? It's not a great mindset, but also people do give up too easily these days, or there's so many options. So I like the thought of, we're going to do everything we can to make a marriage work. I just not an option just makes it sound very unromantic, right?
Yeah, and we've heard it a lot. Like, we heard it from
Uh-huh.
Britney's parents. I think we hear it from, what was it, Mike's parents later on in the episode, and then
Mhm.
I think Emma's parents. And I'm like, oh, everybody feels this way. But yeah, what did you think about their little chat on the sofa? We see it. It did seem like they were having a good night. They're talking about
Yeah.
broccoli and chicken and eating, and then it kind of flipped to what
Yeah.
she's feeling.
Yeah, he's just coming up with all kinds of cop-outs, right? It's like he's saying he complimented her bathing suit, and she was like, "Well, I want it." She's like dictating what kind of compliment she wants, and then he's like, "Well, so I had to stop complimenting." And it's like, I think her ask is valid. I don't want you to compliment my bathing suit. I want you to compliment me. And he could easily just take that note of like, okay, got it for next time. So he seems
Yeah.
like a very stubborn person.
Very stubborn, right? And
Mhm.
then he's also very much a gaslighter. Like, oh, well,
Yeah.
I started to open up by complimenting your bathing suit. Like, open up. That's opening up. Like, I hate men, Ashley. Like, I genuinely hate men. Like, how is that opening up? Like, you complimenting my bathing suit is not opening up. And
No.
then you say something about it, and then I shut down. So I would just do better if you, like, basically walk on eggshells when you approach me, lick my
Yeah.
ass before you get in my ass, is what he basically asked her to do. Like, just approach it more like a conversation. Like, that would do well for me because you're forcing me to compliment you. And then had the nerve to give her all those silly, ungenuine compliments. I like your hair. I like your teeth. He said, I like
He's
your
ridiculous.
voluptuous lashes. The thing is, your voluptuous, he said, I felt like him saying, I like your voluptuous lashes was shade. Like, I feel like he was being shady because you just said, oh, I like how naturally beautiful you are. And then he called her lashes voluptuous. Like, I felt like that was subtle shade. Was that not? Like,
it is. It's so ridiculous. Like, he knows she wants compliments, and he's just being that kind of man that's like, I know you want me to compliment you, so I'm not gonna. Like, how hard would it be for him just to be like, damn, you look hot, and you don't have to mention a bathing suit. Be like, you look good.
but that's the thing, though, right? Like, there's certain things that come natural in a relationship, and there's certain things that don't when someone doesn't fucking like you. And when they don't like you, they don't naturally do those things. And sure, they could change them for a little bit of time, but it's eventually going to go back to how it was. And I just felt like he was being so shady, like with the lashes. And then when he said, you're so beautiful in your skin, I'm like, oh, you mean her black skin? Like, you don't mean this. Like, now you're just saying shit. Your soft curls, like, her hair is straight with curls in, like, with curls on the end. Like, girl, shit. I love your height. I love your smile. Now you over fucking doing it. Now you're over fucking doing it. Like,
and I mean, he's not just saying you are beautiful, you are hot, you are gorgeous, right? He's picking out, like, he's going around anything he can to not just say you are beautiful. He's like, your lashes, you're this, you're that. It's just ridiculous. So he's not into her. He's crazy. Him and Chris need to run off into the sunset together and take Alex.
Take Alex. Take Alex. Would you pick him up on the way? Because it felt. I felt so sad when I heard her say, like, I need to stop projecting, or like trying to like, oh, well, this is what I need to work on, because her projecting is valid and what she's feeling is valid and it's coming from somewhere. So for her to think she's just tripping, like, oh, would you saw something?
By the way, everyone is roasting Chris online because you know what he looks like in real life because we've seen it.
I've seen it. I reposted it.
And then that's his
guys.
Instagram profile picture right now. Like, who is this man?
Guys, no, did you see Christina Coca did? She did. Christina Coca did a side-by-side. She did a side-by-side.
No, that's what this is on Reddit too. So she must, I don't know, maybe this is her Reddit post, but it's the same thing. It's his Instagram and then his close-up of his
I
profile
literally
picture.
Reposted it because you guys look at, like, bruh,
crazy.
What?
Crazy work. Like, we've seen you on TV, sir. You cannot try to catfish us now. I mean, really, he needs the filter for his personality anyways. It wasn't really, I mean, I didn't find him attractive, but it's neither here nor there. It's his insides that are the problem. So.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. And the last Go.
I was gonna say that Jordan and Alex follow him and like his photos, so I would think they're
Oh,
friends.
and I
So
did just see a clip of an interview where they were asking Connor and Alex, like the interviewer was like, please tell me none of you guys talk to Chris anymore. Alex just started laughing, and Connor's a class act. Like, he's really coming off like a good guy. I
yeah,
mean, anybody's a good guy compared to these men, but he was like, oh, Chris, he gave such a respectful answer. Like, I haven't talked to him in a while, but he definitely like went about it the wrong way. And, I'm sure if he could do it over, he would. Like, he gave such a freaking classy answer. And
hmm
Alex just laughed, didn't say yes or no. And then they asked Bree and Brittany the same question,
mm.
like, please tell us, you guys, yeah, Bree and Brittany, please tell us you guys don't talk to Alex. And then the host was like, you should never comment on a woman's body. And Brittany was like, absolutely, absolutely. And Bree's just sitting there like, yeah, like, no, you should, like, she was like, I don't even know, like, basically, like, yeah, like, you shouldn't comment on a man's body, a woman's body. Like, and she was like, I don't know where this man is. Like, I don't even know if he still lives in the United States, basically saying she doesn't talk to him either. I'm
Now
like,
she doesn't, but she did at that mixer. So, like we
yeah.
said, we might see it pick up and she tells him off. That's what we're all hoping to see. So,
It doesn't matter. I think she's already said too much. Like, she's already gone too far. You already didn't defend Connor. You already said you're on the fence. Like, you can't come
hmm
back from saying you kind of understand because of the discipline aspect and that you're on the fence. What happened?
oh no, Vic follows him. Victor. Maybe they have to follow
Victor.
everybody. Maybe
They
they have to
probably
follow.
do. They
So does
probably do.
Mike. Yeah, they probably have to. Okay, we won't roast just a few of them. They probably have to follow everybody. But yeah, Mike
Okay.
and Victor are in there as well. So
Yeah, I think there is a rule that you have to follow them until the show is done. I'm
yeah,
pretty
that
sure.
makes sense. Yeah, I feel like Victor's not someone who's really on his Instagram a lot. We're just picturing him as perfect now. So he probably doesn't even know who he follows. We'll give him a
Yeah.
pass. So.
Yeah. What did you think of Emma and Mike? Emma met Mike's family and Mike met Emma's family. What did you think of the two meetups?
I mean, I should have known, but when I saw that he has this Italian family, I was like, oh no, she doesn't want kids. He got an Italian family. I got a friend that's Italian. They don't play about grandbabies. They like
Mm.
their grandbabies. So,
Oh,
like,
they made it. I think that was his sibling that was like, I want for my kids that we all grew up playing with our cousins. Like, well, good for you, Al.
yeah,
Like, like I want my cousins. Like, they were kind of tough.
I feel like, and it just kept getting worse and worse. Like, she doesn't want kids. She was adopted, this and this. And like, I could just see that they have this very specific view of life and what they want for their kids. And they want this Italian lifestyle, right? Not to overgeneralize. I'm sure there are Italian people
Mm-hmm.
who don't want kids, but their family just seemed like one of those traditional Italian, like she said, making the Sunday dinners, all the cousins over. And I did not know that meat sauce is called gravy. This was news to me. So. She was specific
I didn't
about
know
that.
either. I didn't know
Yeah.
either. I thought I was like, I'm like, oh, this is going downhill. Like, when the dad was questioning her, like, so are you the only one that's adopted? Like, are your parents Asian? Like, that was a weird question to me. Like, are your
Yeah.
parents both Asian? Like, what the fuck else would they be? Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, are both of your parents Asian? Like, if, like, so
Yeah.
it's like, did you know she was adopted? But it also was like very strange to me that she seemed almost proud to be like, no, actually my parents are white. Like,
Yeah.
they're actually white. Like, you know what I mean? And then like going into this whole adoption thing, and he's like, where from? Like, you're
Mhm.
from China. Like, I felt like, I don't know. I don't know. I felt like his parents weren't feeling it, but of course they know
No.
to the camera they can't say like
Mhm.
they have to say, oh, she's going to be a perfect representation.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, kids are a massive thing that you can't compromise on.
Mhm.
And then you flip to Emma's family and they're all loving and supportive of
Yeah.
her not having a kid. But I didn't like how
I
she
don't
snapped
know.
at her mama. She kind of snapped at her mom, like, I have the right to change my mind. Like, okay, well, I'm just
Well,
trying to support you.
yeah, I did feel like they were kind of pushing not having kids on her though. Like they were a little too supportive. They weren't like, I don't know. I just feel
Mm.
like they were putting their own, like her sister at least was putting her own experience onto her. Of like, was the 2-year-old and the 5-year-old the kids of the sister who was like, if
Yeah.
I had it, yeah, she's in the trenches. That's the hardest time, and like I just hope she's not tainting Emma's feelings because I do know like it's more fun or cute or whatever to kind of complain about the kids are hard. Like no one really wants to hear all the mushy, like good stuff. And so
Mm,
I think sometimes people that don't have kids hear all the hard stuff and then you're really like, damn, I don't want to do that. But you're not getting people don't really talk as much about the good. And so I just
really?
hope that they're not like, tainting her view. Because her sister can say that all she wants. If I had it over again, I wouldn't. But,
Mm,
she has the kids, right? So would
yeah.
she really, And I just
Yeah.
hope they're letting it just feels like they're not trying to influence her, but kind of. And then I don't understand that. Like, why do they care either way if she has kids or not?
And the thing is I think that that's so interesting as somebody who has kids, your point of view. My point of
Mhm,
view was the exact opposite. I really appreciated Emma's sister's stance on kids because I feel like a
mhm.
lot of mothers aren't honest about how
Yeah.
hard it is. They tell you, oh my God, it's like a love like no other. Like you will
Mhm,
really rarely hear a mother say, she didn't say she regrets having her kids, but she said, if I could do it all over, I would not have kids. A lot of
mhm.
mothers won't even let those words come out of their mouth because they fear
Yeah.
that they're going to get judged and people are going to be like, you're a
Yeah.
bad mom for it. But I felt like it was honest. And I feel like I
Mhm,
always hear the joys of kids, why you should have them. Nobody's honest and
mhm.
says, this shit is hard for people that want them. So imagine how
Yeah.
hard it is going to be for somebody who doesn't want them. So,
Mhm,
and I think what stood out to me, and I think
mhm.
why they were being so supportive, is because you hear them say, it's always been a hard no for you. So
Yeah.
a hard no for you. So
Mhm.
we're just trying to be supportive as opposed to like it could have been like Mike's family that are so like have kids, have kids.
Yeah.
It's okay if you don't want to have kids. It's okay.
Mhm.
It is hard. Like I feel like they're so used to being supportive that the fact that she's changing her mind now, they're kind of trying to be like, well, it's okay. You don't have to because we know you're doing
Yeah.
this for him. You know what I mean? And trying to support her in that way. But
Mhm.
so I felt the opposite, and I felt she snapped at her mom a little bit, and her mom's just like,
Mhm.
I'm just trying to be supportive and like whichever way you want to go,
Yeah.
you have that right,
Mhm.
weird that
Yeah.
her family didn't know about her concerns of not wanting to have them
Yeah.
because of the birthmarks.
Yeah. That is weird that she's not really, like, very open with them, and, yeah, I agree where you're like, some people don't ever say, like, if I had another choice, I wouldn't have kids, but, like, it is so hard, and I think even as hard as it is, it's still so good, and so that's the problem. I think if you hear someone be like, "It's so hard," and don't do it, you're not really actually getting to experience the good stuff too, but it's true. It's more common for people to say have kids and push that on you, so it is nice that
Mhm.
her parents aren't immediately panicking over that, but
Mhm.
I feel like they have grandkids already, and I don't really get the whole, like, caring if your kids have a bunch of kids. Like, if they want to, good, if they don't, but some grandparents kinda make that, like, their whole world, like, "You gotta have kids because I wanna be a grandparent." I think you just want your kids to be happy, so I feel like they were like, they were being supportive either way, but it felt to me like they were being like, "Don't," and that could come from I'm not sure how it's being raising her or they kinda made it seem like she needed a lot of help, right? Like, that
Mm.
maybe they're worried that, like, they might have to do a lot for her if she has
Mm.
kids, like, they might have to
Maybe.
pick
You're
up the slack
right.
because they were
You're
like, "She
right.
can't take care of anything." That was kinda what they were saying, right? She can't take care of things? She has no
Yeah.
motherly instinct? Like, that's what they were saying, and so I'm like,
I think
are
she said that about herself though. I
yeah,
think
yeah,
she said that
but they
about
were, like,
herself.
laughing and, like, agreeing, right? And so
Yeah.
and
I
that
think I think the point of that was to show us the extreme different views of like how Mike's family views
yeah.
kids and Emma's. And it's just like
Mhm.
this is clearly not gonna work. Like
No.
there you guys clearly have two
They're
very
so
different
different.
views
Mhm.
on children. So
Yeah, they shouldn't even be at this point. Like, in the pods, they both knew it, and I don't know why they continued, but there's no way he's not having kids, and I don't know about her, but it definitely
but
feels like leaning to not.
but he's clear, right? He's not
Yes.
saying I might can not live with kids. He's saying no, I want kids and I need you to come to that decision on your own. I don't want you to
Yeah.
come to it for me because if you do it for me, you're going to resent me. But what I'm clear on is I cannot see a life with no kids. So
Yeah.
we have a
Yes.
Josie and Gunner situation.
Yeah, we do. And she ended up not deciding not to have kids, or so far, and so maybe Emma would decide to have them, but I don't know. Again, I
It's
think if you're
worse
not
to,
that
I
into
think,
it
yeah, that's
yeah.
exactly what you're about to say. Exactly.
Mhm.
It's better to have that. It's better to not, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
better to not want them and not have them than to have them and not want them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, because it is a lot of work. Like, I'm not negating that at all. It is crazy. I just think it's very hazardous or like easy to say. If I could do it over again, I wouldn't. But like, would you? You know, we'd have to see you actually live out that choice, and I don't know that you would.
You
It's an
would have
easy
to
thing to
live
say.
out both choices and then be like, oh, which one did I enjoy better? And unfortunately, that's just
Exactly.
like not going to happen because once you have your kids, you can't imagine a life without them, you know?
No, and you can never no matter what you choose, and we've had this conversation before. No matter what you choose, there will be a loss and a sorrow to the other life, right? Like her sister could go back and have that other life, which would be the freedom and it's probably less tiring and amazing. But there is probably you had to give up that, so that you can't have both, right? You can't have a child-free life and a child life, so you can never really know. But I think people that decide not to have kids are very happy in that decision and they made the right decision,
Mm-hmm.
and people that do are. And I just think it's easy to say, if I could do it again, I would make a different choice. Like someone that doesn't have kids might get to the end of their life and say, why I should have made the other choice. But if you actually went back to the start of your life, would you
Would you
actually
do that?
go through with
Yeah.
it? Right. So
Yeah.
I think really you just can't have both, because I would think like it would be so nice to have all the time and freedom and stuff, but like I would also miss parts of having kids. So you just want to have both, really. Two
Yeah,
different
and like
lives at
you
the same
said,
time.
like you said, Emma's sister's in the thick of it, and I think like if you
Yeah.
ask her in like 5 years when she's not in the thick of it, she might be like,
Mhm.
"Oh my God, why did I say that?" Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's such a joy now. But I think either way that it goes, it's Emma's prerogative, and
Mhm.
she shouldn't make the choice because of her family or because of her husband. It should be because of her, and that's her choice, and it's okay to not date past your deal breakers. And I
Yeah.
think that think both of them, I don't know, it's just my opinion that like they both know that they're not compatible. We're not seeing much of them either to like feel like they're
No.
compatible, but Mike doesn't seem like a bad guy. Like I don't think, I mean,
No.
he's one of the better ones compared
Yeah.
to, I think we
That's
got like
true, yeah.
Connor and Mike and Vic who aren't like absolute pieces of shit. So
Mhm. Yeah, it's slim pickings in this cast, but I'm interested to see what goes on in the next couple episodes, because I hope Ree tells off Chris. I hope we don't see Jordan and Amber break up, but it looks like he storms out or something, right? So, doesn't look good.
yeah. Yeah, and we saw Bree and Connor's family meet, but who cares? I mean, it was like
Oh, yeah, yeah,
literally
yeah.
nothing to talk about.
Yeah, they're pretty. I mean, she does that thing that we've talked about. She likes to pick on him and be
She's very mean to
mean,
him.
and
She's
some
very
people are
mean to him.
into that. But
No, he's not. He literally told her, "You're so mean. Like you need to be
mm-mm.
nicer."
And I think that might be fun at the start if you have a lot of sexual chemistry and a lot of fun going on too. But you're 20 years in and you're old and less attractive, and that person's just ragging on you all day. That sounds like a nightmare. So it's not a good dynamic to start, right?
It's not. And I'm sorry, you telling Chris that he's not the best sex you ever had, but it's good? Why would you? I gotta
Rude.
light her up. Yeah,
Yeah.
rude. Like, why are you even discussing this with this little thing? Like, what are you?
hmm I'm giving her the
Pissed.
sliver of a benefit of the doubt till we see the next episode, but I don't have high hopes. She already said blasted his sex life and was
She's said
not
enough.
cutting it off. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she said enough.
So
Yeah.
she
All
can
right, we'll
turn it
see.
around, but
She
yeah.
could turn it around by being like, "You absolute piece of get the out of here." Like she would really have to like light his ass
Mhm.
up. So
I'm almost positive we saw a sliver of a conversation though where Connor and her are like kind of fighting, and he's talking about her flirting with Chris. So I
mm-hmm.
don't know. I don't think it's gonna go well.
Yeah.
But we'll
Yeah.
be back to talk about 10 and 11, I guess. But we'll be back before then because there'll be interviews, tea, all the side stuff. We got lots more coming for Love is
Yeah, I've
Blind.
already seen clips, so we definitely have some interviews that we need to watch out there. So
Yeah, so we'll be back. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, like, so you don't miss any of our Love is Blind content, because we pop up every day. You never know when we're coming. So
yeah. Yeah.
we're sneaky. Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.